Hello, and welcome to the Pennsylvania Association for College Admission Counseling Virtual College Fair. My name is Becca Russo. I will be facilitating this evening's event. Thank you so much for joining us. We have a few housekeeping announcements before we get started. You can use the Q&A button on your screen to type your questions to our presenters at any time. Your camera and microphone are off, so the panelists cannot see or hear you. This is just one of many different sessions happening. So they'll all be recorded. So if you'd like to watch them later, feel free. All presentations will be available within about a week at strivescan.com/Pennsylvania. So now I'd like to turn it over to our presenters. Up first, we have Delaware Valley University. Take it away.
Hey guys, my name's Thomas O'Connor. I work at Delaware Valley University. As Becca said, we're actually located in Pennsylvania. So whoever was taking a quiz already, we are not in Delaware. We're in Doylestown, PA, which sits us just a little bit above Philadelphia. So let me get my screen share going here. If you want to continue, share. So this is the typical presentation that I would normally give to transfer students that visited campus. Here we are on May 12th. That's a nice picture of the front of Del Valle University campus. It's one of our newest buildings, the Life Sciences building. It was only built a few years ago. We have a bunch of videos in here, but for the time portion, I think I'm going to skip over that stuff and just go over the nuts and bolts of the school. So Del Valle was founded in 1896, quite a while ago, as a farm school. So these are a lot of our photos from way back. It was actually an all-male institution up until the 1960s when we became co-ed. But one of the big things that Del Valle, holds its hat on is the science with practice, so hands-on learning. And these are some really good photos that'll show you that kind of stuff. Some of our unique majors that I'll go over in a little bit. But you can get a feel for students at Del Valle or either in the classroom or outside of the classroom. But either way, they're moving around, doing things that are involved in the program to really learn instead of just out of a textbook. Some fast facts on us. One of the most important ones, my clicker works here, is the 13-to-1 student to faculty ratio. But based on the size of our university, kind of similar to the ones that I'm seeing that'll present in a bit. This is helpful. It kind of shows you where we're located in that southeastern corner of Pennsylvania. So the good thing about us is we're close to Philadelphia, New York, Baltimore, areas of New Jersey. So those first jobs out of college that you'll receive will really help out as far as getting you into the career field in an area that maybe you wanted to go into. So transfer profile, Pennsylvania is our biggest draw, about 70%, with Jersey being the second. Followed by Maryland and other states. Because of these unique programs, though, we draw students from really all over the United States. I'm working with students up and down the East Coast this year, transferring in from 2-year, 4-year, really doesn't matter. This is another good map, just shows you where we're located in close proximity to those major cities. One of the other things that's nice about Doylestown and Bucks County is you're not stuck in the middle of nowhere. So a lot of these colleges that have the kind of programs that we do are on a lot of property and have a nice campus, but once you leave that campus, there's not much to do. So these pictures are all taken within, 15-minute drive of the campus. Doylestown, this is downtown Doylestown here. That's actually up the road 2 miles. A lot of students will walk there for farmers markets and other events during the week. So definitely a lot to do. Lakes, hiking, camping. We really enjoy the outdoors, and I hope you guys do as well. These are some bigger major cities, like I mentioned earlier. Harrisburg, the state capital, is only a couple hours away as well. I don't know if you can see, this is a photo of the Poconos and then the Jersey Shore, like I mentioned earlier. So those of you that are into pumping your fists, we've got that for you. You just got to take a drive down to the shore for that. The SEPTA line is pretty unique again for us. Train stops right on campus. And takes about an hour and 15 minutes to get into Philly. So I know a lot of students that'll take this to get to Philly, over to New Jersey. They'll actually take this to fly out if they, are coming from across the country. Makes it super convenient. You don't have to worry about having a car if you get on campus if you don't plan on it. But let's take a look at our actual main campus. So the building I've showed you already is the Life Sciences building located right here. This area is about 50 acres or so, which makes it real manageable. Walk around, go to class. If you want to live in the residence halls, you can. And then the other thing, the kind of diamond in the rough for us, is this giant expanse of farms that this really doesn't do it justice, but it's about 550 acres. So across these train tracks that take you on that SEPTA line down to Philly is how you get down to Philadelphia. And this side of it is about 450 acres. Dairy, livestock facilities, equine center, breeding center. It's all down there for you. And if you just are the type of person that maybe won't get involved in those majors, but just likes to take a walk, that's there for you as well. So I mentioned kind of this area of campus, the livestock area. We also have two other branch campuses, like Gemmel, which is up the road, and our Roth Center for Sustainable Agriculture. So those of you that are getting involved in those more hands-on agricultural plant science majors, you might be heading there for a lab. Some of the other programs in conservation, same thing. So into the majors, this is a list of the school, right? So our schools are broken into three specific areas: the School of Agriculture and Environmental Science, Business and Humanities, and the School of Life and Physical Sciences. So this gives you an idea of some of those programs that are going to be down at the farms or Gemmel or Roth campus for sure, pretty regularly. And then some other notable ones in like the food science area, maybe turf management, and that sort of thing. Second up is the School of Life and Physical Sciences. Biology is housed under this program, as well as a couple of our very popular programs: Conservation and Wildlife Management, Small Animal Science. And under bio, you can specialize in zoology or any of these other areas. So Business and Humanities is the other one. And then as far as the application goes at Del Val, pretty simple to apply. You would go through the application online. It would be free. You could send us a couple of transcripts from college for sure, high school if you needed to, and that would really be it. It's a simple application process. So I look forward to seeing you sometime in the future.
Thanks so much. Up next, we have Keystone College.
Hi, everybody. My name is Colin Dempsey, and I'm the Assistant Director of Admissions here at Keystone College. As far as just a brief introduction, we're located in Northeastern Pennsylvania. We are located near Scranton, Pennsylvania, if anyone's ever seen The Office, as well as Scranton was made a little famous again with Joe Biden coming from there as well too originally. So we're about 20 minutes north of Scranton, about 2 hours from New York City and Philadelphia as well too. As far as steps moving forward and to know more about Keystone, some quick facts about us. We were founded in 1868, so we celebrated 152 years, and just coming to the end of this academic year on Friday, which is amazing. We're really happy that we made it through a full in-person and remote asynchronous virtual year where we had our students on campus. As well, we've had student activities. We've also been doing not just on-campus activities, but we've been able to get off campus and go on trips to the beach in New Jersey, as well as up to Boston, and do other things closer to the area as well too. We are a small college, so if you're looking for a personalized, individualized experience, we have about 1,300 students in total, and our student to faculty ratio is 11:1, with our average class size being 13 students. So you really get to know the faculty as well as build your network here, get to know the other students you're studying alongside, and then of course alumni too. We do have over 40 academic programs, which I'll be highlighting next. We are NCAA Division III athletics, where you have 9 women's sports and 9 men's. Our women's softball team just played in the semifinals for the conference championship, but lost to Cedar Crest, which is based out of Allentown down there. We do have our men's baseball team coming up and hosting the conference championship this Friday and Saturday. And that's exciting. They've won 15 conference championships in a row. So we have a strong baseball team there, and other athletics as well too. More than 96% of our students do receive financial aid, and we do offer the lowest tuition of all private schools in the region, which is $14,800 per year. There's a pretty wide variety of academic programs here. You can start reading through them, and while you're doing that, I'm going to just highlight the different departments. We do have biological and physical science and mathematics, communications, arts and humanities, or business management and technology, social behavioral sciences, and education. I can speak very highly of all of our majors, but I will highlight a few of the ones that really do make us different. In the science department, I'm going to highlight wildlife biology, which could also be a pre-vet track as well too. This is if you're looking to getting into anything from working directly with wildlife, game warden, parks and recreation. And then I also want to highlight our pre-chiropractic program. Here is a 3+3 program versus a 4+3. So if you're going into that, essentially you come to Keystone for 3 years. You work with one of the schools we have agreements with in New York, which is one of the strongest chiropractic programs in the nation. And then after your first year with them, you actually come back, graduate with your bachelor's degree, and you're 1 year ahead of what would a normal program be. Over on the social and behavior sciences side, we do have a criminal justice and psychology double major. So if you're interested in both of those, you can do that without staying an extra year or even 2 years to do a double major. Then, of course, I'm going to highlight within education too, just that we have a really strong early childhood education in all of our education programs, but we do a preschool on campus where you're getting in there and getting experience within the first year. And then also the computer science program that has a concentration of artificial intelligence, where you're able to do AI, as well as machine learning and quantum computing, which I wish I could explain so much more. I understand it, but it's amazing what they're able to accomplish. As far as student life on campus, there's more than 30 clubs and organizations, many that are major specific, but other programs and student-led clubs that are just out of interest. Everything from our Black Student Union and Open Club, as well to our Colleges Against Cancer and dance team, anime club, tabletop club, etc. Whatever you're interested in, you get involved with or even get started as well too. I mentioned the 18 varsity sports. We have logged over 25,000 community service hours. We have an awesome music program that's not just for students, but also offered to the community as well, with 10 different instrumental and vocal ensembles. Being a smaller campus, there is a lot of opportunities for leadership. And we also have a free shuttle to off-campus locations. Granted, all of our freshmen and transfer students are able to have their cars on campus. As far as the admissions timeline, the first step is applying, and that's free online at keystone.edu/apply. You'd submit any transcripts and supplemental materials to complete that application. The next step is getting your admissions decision. You are automatically considered for a potential merit scholarship. And for all schools, you gotta get the FAFSA done. And we do encourage you to attend an accepted students event or just come for a campus visit. And we do have a May 1st deposit deadline that is much more lenient for commuters versus being able to guarantee housing for resident students. Our transfer students do have the option to be commuters and live, obviously if they're in the area, stay in the area, but also then be able to do that as well too. But if you do have any other questions, again, my name is Colin Dempsey. I'm the admissions counselor for all transfer students. That's my email there, colin.dempsey@keystone.edu. And I also encourage you to follow us on Instagram, which you can follow us on our admissions page, which is @KC_admissions, and just Keystone College in general as well. But that's our presentation, and I'm gonna turn it back over.
Thank you. Up next, we have the Catholic University of America.
Good evening. Thank you, everyone, for joining us this evening. My name is Andrew Cox. I am one of the Associate Deans of Undergraduate Admissions at Catholic University. I am also the Transfer Admissions Coordinator and also an alumnus of the university. I graduated from Catholic back in 2008. To start off with a little bit of information about Catholic University. Catholic has about 3,100 undergraduate students, about 2,600 graduate and law students. We are 80% Catholic, 30% ethnically diverse. We have students from all 50 US states and over 90 different countries internationally. So very much diverse university located right in Northeast Washington, DC. As I said, we are located in the nation's capital, Washington, DC. We're located about 3 miles north of the US Capitol building. DC is a great place to spend some time, especially while you're in college. DC has a great nightlife, clubs, restaurants, concert venues, sporting events, theater. all the monuments, all the museums. We are located on the DC Metro. We have our own Metro stop right on campus. It's the Brookland Catholic University Metro stop. We are located on the Red Line. The Red Line is the oldest and the most used line in Washington, D.C. We're located 3 stops up from Union Station, where you can catch the MARC, Amtrak, VRE trains pretty much anywhere you want to go. We're about 5 stops from Gallery Place, Chinatown, which is kind of the heart of downtown Washington, D.C. One of the great things about our location in Washington, D.C., of course, is the internship and work experience opportunities you can gain as an undergraduate student. And our comprehensive undergraduate advising in our Center for Academic and Career Success really focus on promoting that for our students. About 76% of our students will complete an internship during their time at Catholic. Over 60% will complete 2 or more internships. The Center for Academic and Career Success actually maintains a list of over 3,000 internships that have been held by our students in the past. They can help place you in one of those internships or help you go out and find an internship all your own. And our advisors work with you from the first time they meet with you on campus or off. They will be talking to you about internships. It's a big part of the academic experience in Washington, D.C. and at Catholic University. At Catholic, we do a very personalized academic experience. We have a 7-to-1 student to faculty ratio with an average class size of right around 19 students. Only 1% of our classes are over 40 students. We have nearly 400 full-time faculty, with 93% of our faculty holding the highest degree in their field. A lot of faculty at Catholic are doing research in the fields in which they teach, and they will enlist the help of their students, even their first-year students, in those research projects. So there are a lot of great opportunities to learn from our faculty, both in and outside of the classroom. In terms of academic offerings at Catholic University, we have 12 different schools of study offering nearly 80 undergraduate degrees and almost 150 graduate and doctoral degrees. Of our 12 schools of study, 9 of them are offering undergraduate coursework, and you can see our 9 undergraduate schools listed on the screen. And all 9 undergraduate schools offer the opportunity for you as a transfer student to transfer into. We just recently added a pathway to nursing transfer program. It's a 1+3 program. If you have questions or want more information about that program, it's all laid out on our admissions website. But of course, we have a wide range of other programs as well, ranging from your traditional liberal arts to the School of Arts and Sciences, to professional studies in business, architecture, engineering, social work, music, drama and art, philosophy, and theology. In terms of the application review at Catholic University, we do require all students to submit the common application. We do a review of your academic performance in college. We look at all your transcripts from all college work you've done. We will require you to submit a final high school transcript as well if you have not graduated with at least an associate's degree. We will also look at the strength of the class you've taken in terms of the majors in which you are applying. We also spend a lot of time looking at the extracurricular activities, leadership experience, community service experience, the letter of good standing from your college. We're looking for students who are going to be active and involved members of our campus community. There are a lot of great things that get involved with at Catholic University, from our Division III athletics to our over 100 different student organizations to our over 100 different study abroad programs. So we are looking for students who are going to be active and involved members of our campus community during the application process. Every student that applies is automatically considered for our merit-based scholarships. This year's transfer merit scholarships range from $17,000 to $24,000 a year and start at a 3.0 GPA. So if you have a 3.0 GPA at your previous institution, you will qualify for at least some scholarship at Catholic U. We also offer a $4,000 scholarship for any student who is a member of a Catholic parish, $1,000 for any student who has a parent, grandparent, or sibling who attended Catholic University, as well as a $3,000 Phi Theta Kappa scholarship for any of you students who are at community colleges and are members of that National Honor Society. We also offer need-based financial assistance. We do require both the FAFSA and the CSS profile to be reviewed for need-based financial aid. About 95% of our students will receive some type of financial aid during their 4 years at Catholic, whether it's loans, grants, work study, or a combination in a financial aid package. And last year we did offer over $70 million in grants and scholarships to our students. So in terms of the application deadlines, we are still open for applications for next fall. Our application deadline is July 15th. We are hosting numerous events on campus that are transfer specific. Starting in late May, we will host every Wednesday afternoon an in-person transfer information session and tour. We are also offering virtual transfer information sessions twice a week on Tuesday evenings and Thursday afternoons. If you have more questions about Catholic University or our admissions process, I encourage you to visit our website and reach out to me directly. I appreciate your time. Good luck with your college search, and hopefully I will get a chance to see you on campus very soon.
Thank you, Andrew. Up next, we have Southeastern University.
Awesome. Hey guys. Well, my name's Tyler. I just put my information in the chat. So would love it if you reach out to me in any way, whatever's easiest for you. But as we get going, I'm going to share my screen as well, as I've got a presentation and a video that I want to share with you a little bit about Southeastern University.
Fire up. It's that feeling deep in your bones. That desire to be part of something bigger than yourself. It's what drives us, propels us. It's what brought you here. Together, we believe. We dream. We strive for the impossible. Innovation is our fuel. Community is our breath. We discover. We push boundaries. Experiencing life as it was created to be. So fire up your imagination. To chase. To create. To dare. Fire up to be the change this world is waiting for. We are waiting for you.
All right, so that's just a quick show of SCU, but let me actually tell you a little bit more about it. So we are, you know what? Getting a little bit of technical. Now let's try it. Okay, great. So a private Christian university here in Lakeland, Florida, which is right between Orlando and Tampa. So it's a great location, and we've got students from all over. So of course, Florida students, and then we've got students from Ohio, Seattle. We've got students from the Bahamas. We've got students from China, all over internationally, as well as within every single state. But who am I? I am the transfer enrollment specialist at SU. I graduated just 2 years ago. I was a kinesiology major. I was a football player at SU and RA, did a couple other things as well, but really took advantage of the time that I had while I was a student at SU. Also met my fiance, who is a nursing major, and she works in Tampa now as a nurse. So absolutely loved my time as a student. And now I'm loving even more bringing potential transfer students like you to Lakeland, Florida to study like I did and go on and do great things. So that's a bit about me, but how did I actually end up at SU? Well, I transferred. So like so many of you that are considering transferring, I did. And there were unique challenges that came with that, but I would never change it for the world. So the first school I went to, you know, I was glad I did. I'm from Daytona Beach and I went way up to Minnesota. So that was definitely a difficult transition for me, but I realized that I wanted to be a little bit closer to family. I wanted to be somewhere that was a little bit more affordable for me. And I really wanted a strong Christian environment. So that's why I ended up making the transfer to SU and obviously got involved like I did. And I've never looked back, and now working full time. So I've loved it. But about academics, I certainly want you to know what you might be studying, what you could study. And our most popular majors would be kinesiology, psychology, biological science with a concentration. We have a few that are offered, a Bachelor of Social Work, or elementary education. So those are the 5 biggest on campus, but obviously you don't even see it here. Ministry and theology, we have so many majors within that college that there isn't even one that stands out as a majority. But of course, we have a lot of offerings within that college. Some of our newest majors would be aviation, like you saw in the video. Aviation, it's incredible. We actually have an airport here in Lakeland that we work with, and we have, I think it's 20 students now that are aviation students here. And our first student now is a trained pilot. So she's actually being trained, or she's been trained. Now she's being paid to train other students while she completes her bachelor's degree. So we have a really great setup there. Political science, tourism and hospitality management, which is great being next to Disney. And then of course, language, culture, and trade is another new major for us within the College of Arts and Media. So a lot of great new things going on. For nursing, I already mentioned it. My fiance was a nursing student and she passed on her first attempt of the NCLEX exam, which is their huge, scary exam. A lot of studying goes into that. And our school does incredibly well as far as testing. And I think we have a 100% placement rate. It's not on here, I know, but all of our nurses are getting jobs immediately upon passing that NCLEX exam. Many are actually promised jobs before even passing the exam. So definitely a profitable career to pursue. If any of you are interested, I know that nurses are always hiring with a lot of opportunities, and SU is a great place where you can get the Christian environment plus an incredible nursing degree. So certainly something to check out. Education is another one for us that's just really done well, with 95% of our graduates being offered teaching positions to start the next year. So I would even argue that the other 5% are probably just getting master's degrees. So we don't have students that graduate and are looking for 3 years. And not that it's the worst thing in the world to move home and figure life out for a bit, but our students have opportunities regardless of major immediately upon graduating. And education is just one of them that stands out for us. And just like nursing, we always need better and more teachers in the world. So that's a great one. For accounting, another great percentage, 85% of our accounting students pass that CPA exam. And that is one of the highest in Florida. So that's something that's really proud of and definitely competes with some of the top schools, even in the state of Florida. Now for some quick admission updates, we are test optional. So for transfers, you don't even have to test. We'll work with you either way. Obviously coming from another college or university, we're just going to use those college transcripts. And then we offer a full campus experience, meaning that we're doing everything with you. There are up to $13,000 a year in scholarships, and you can apply for free using the code FutureFire. So just see my info, reach out if you have any more questions for me. Would love to work with you, and best of luck.
Thank you. And last but not least, we have Dickinson College.
Hi, good evening, everyone. My name is Sharon Lytle. I'm an admissions counselor and transfer co-coordinator here at Dickinson College, and I'm thrilled to be here tonight. Some of the things that I want to share with you all is that Dickinson College was the first college newly chartered in the newly founded United States of America. So we were chartered in 1783 by Dr. Benjamin Rush. He was a signer of the Declaration of Independence and was a founding father. And our mission is to offer students a useful education in the liberal arts and sciences that will prepare them for lives as engaged citizens and leaders. So with an enrollment of 2,400 students, there's a wealth of different opportunities right on campus. So our distinctive liberal arts approach translates into a competitive edge. 98% of our graduates are in a job, internship, graduate school, or pursuing a fellowship within 1 year of graduation. And we really emphasize the small class experience with extensive opportunities for research, fieldwork, and internships in each of our 46 majors. We have one of the top off-campus study abroad programs in the nation, and we're ranked #1 in sustainability by the Association for the Advancement of Sustainability in Higher Education. So we are one of only a few colleges in the country to offer majors like international business and management and data analytics, which prepares students to be global leaders in an ever-changing economy. So, as you're thinking about the foundations of our curriculum, especially as transfer students thinking about what's going to transfer over, the Dickinson curriculum is all about your ability to pursue your passions and interests through active learning in the classroom and in the field or laboratory. So our 8-to-1 faculty to student ratio allows Dickinsonians to build really close partnerships with their professors. And our average class size of 14 encourages discussion-based active learning. So you'll have the freedom to partner on projects and papers with your professors as early as you come to campus, no matter where you are in your process. And once you decide on your major, you'll have the opportunity to pursue independent studies, write a thesis, or complete a capstone project. Most transfer students do declare their major as soon as they come to campus, but the summer before you campus, you are going to be connected with one of our advisors in the Center for Advising Internship and Lifelong Career Development to make sure that you're getting on the right path. So everything listed in red on this page, I want to emphasize, is one of our majors. Anything in black is a course offering, a certificate program, a way for you to supplement your learning. At Dickinson, you can transfer a maximum of 16 courses. And so the rest of the courses that we're encouraging you to take, every Dickinsonian takes a sustainability course, something in a language, a US diversity, global diversity. Again, that liberal arts foundation is preparing students and providing providing them with the skills for turbulent problem solving and the ability to think beyond themselves. So many Dickinsonians will pursue a double major and minor and will experience more than one high impact experience, like studying abroad, internships, or research. So one of the pieces that I want to emphasize, going back to who we are, where we're located. So Carlisle, Pennsylvania, I love the town that we live and work in. Carlisle's like that quintessential college town experience. We're less than 2 hours drive from most East Coast cities, 2 hours from DC, Philly, Baltimore. We're located right in central Pennsylvania. We do guarantee housing throughout your time here as a student. And we have a variety of living, learning communities for students to take a part in. Everything from suites, townhomes, apartments, on and off campus, to special interest housing, which those are themed living, learning communities. We strive to create an inclusive environment for all students, such as programs through the Popel Shaw Center for Ethnicity and Inclusivity, Women's Center, LGBTQ+ Center, and more, which boast a variety of sessions and speakers and spaces for continued learning outside the classroom. I mentioned earlier, we are one of the only colleges in the nation to have hit carbon neutral as of 2020. So if it's important to you to be surrounded by a sustainable mindset, that's a big part of who we are. We really take an innovative approach to sustainability, and we offer unique hands-on experiences, such as our 180-acre USDA organic grade farm, which is open to all students throughout your experience. So I want to emphasize that as a transfer student, you'll be working with our Dean of Academic Advising, Tara Fisher, to meet one-on-one as you're preparing to declare your major and what credits will transfer, and helping you to be successful during your remaining years in college. So that looks different for everyone, whether it's one-on-one advising, our first-year peer mentor, which you will be given as a transfer student. Regardless of your major or what you study, the center staff will continue to connect you with opportunities based on your personal priorities. So that's one-on-one consultations, alumni guest speakers, interview prep. Internships are guaranteed as part of the Dickinson experience, and many Dickinsonians do go on to pursue internships in the state capital of Harrisburg, right on Carlisle's campus, and even in many of the surrounding cities and areas. I quickly want to touch upon our application process. So you are able to apply to Dickinson College through the Transfer Common application. Full list of requirements and even guidance and steps on how to do that are available on our website. We offer various different virtual information sessions as well, an opportunity for you to connect with our team. The fall term, so that April 1 deadline has passed. However, we are on a rolling admissions basis at this point. So there is still time if you would like to apply for fall 2021. Spring term, that deadline is going to be November 1st. You can expect to hear back by mid-December, and then your response is requested within 2 weeks of your decision. Transfer students can apply for financial aid through the FAFSA and CSS profile, and transfer students can be offered up to a $15,000 or $20,000 scholarship as well. Scholarships are highly competitive among the transfer pool. I did go ahead and put my information in the chat, but I really want to encourage you to connect with myself and my team to talk a little bit more about what your experience could be at Dickinson College. So thrilled to connect with you all and hope that we'll see you on campus either this summer for a visit maybe.
Thanks, Sharon. All right, I'm going to invite all of the panelists back onto the screen for a quick Q&A. We are just going to do this one question. So in the order in which you presented, we'll start with Delaware Valley University. Give a fun or interesting fact about your school. Oh, looks like we might have lost Delaware. Let's move on to Keystone College.
Kate McCucci, who's been in the Big Bang Theory, was one of our alumni. I always think that's pretty cool.
It's very cool. Okay, looks like we have Thomas back. Fun or interesting fact about Delaware Valley University.
Fun or interesting fact. Wow. Can someone else go first so I can get like an idea or something? Quit feeding me to the lambs, Becca. I don't like it.
We'll go with Catholic University of America next. Go ahead.
A fun fact about Catholic University is we own the largest plot of undeveloped land in Washington, D.C., in addition to our largest physical campus in Washington, D.C. What they're going to do with that land has been a topic of debate for many years, but it is part of our campus.
Very cool. Southeastern University.
Awesome. So I wore this hat for a reason. It's TNL. This is when I was a student way back in the day, right? I'm only 24, but TNL. So we do Thursday Night Live instead of like a Saturday Night Live. And it's just one of the best events we do every year on campus. Just a really fun thing where we make fun of each other. We make fun of professors, you know how it is, and professors are there. So just having a good time as a community together. It's just one of the events that we put on.
Love it. Dickinson College.
One of my favorite traditions that happens around the holidays is called Cafsgiving. So in our cafeteria, all of the students and faculty and staff will come together, and there'll be like a huge like Thanksgiving holiday spread of lots of different holiday fare, and it'll even be like international fare. Like our international students will get in on bringing different dishes, cultural dishes, and it really brings the community together. Right, right after the stress of finals and before everyone goes home, it's a great way for everyone to focus around one of my favorite things, food, and in one of the like most popular places on campus.
Definitely. And finally, Delaware Valley.
Okay, so thank you, Sharon. That's helpful. That was a good in. So Delaware hosts an event called A-Day, which stands for Activities Day. It's actually a registered state fair in Pennsylvania. So it's one of the first ones each year. It happens in April. It's on our campus where we host, hay rides. They show animals and events and crafts. It's 100% student run. They bring in all the vendors, all the clubs get money. So it's really one of those things that I talked about earlier where the students get to learn by doing. They're the ones running the show. So students get credits for it. It goes into their club funds. They get money to go on trips. And it's really, really exciting. Food's terrific. And the milkshakes are the best. So come to A-Day next April, hopefully, and grab a milkshake. Tell them Tom sent you.
Cool. I'll see you there. All right. We are at the end of this presentation. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us. When you close this window, there will be a link to a very quick 4-question survey. We'd appreciate any feedback you can provide. In about a week, you'll be able to find this session's recording as well as all of the other session recordings at strivescan.com/Pennsylvania. Thank you so much to everyone, our presenters and our attendees, and have a wonderful rest of your night.